And welcome to Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. I am Eric. On the bar for today, single pot still Irish whiskey, Redbreast, 15 years old. As always, here on the channel, Nose Taste Finish Review. This whiskey is coming your way. I will tell you about the value. I will give you my final thoughts, a final score, and leave you with a malt musing. But first, if you've yet to take a second, hit subscribe. Make sure you don't miss these reviews. I am releasing them each Friday here on YouTube, as well as get you notifications from my Tuesday happy hour every Tuesday live on YouTube, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Redbreast comes out of Middleton Distillery, probably the most famous or well-known of the single pot still Irish whiskeys. Once you get beyond your kind of typical stuff at the bar, Redbreast is usually the stuff most people will recognize. So this Redbreast in particular is 15 years old. This one is coming in at 46%. So compared to the 12-year-old, which is the standard release, 40% ex-bourbon, ex-sherry. What we are looking at here is 46%. So that's 5 years old, or pardon me, 3 years older. ABVs went up 6%. And this is a combination of first fill and refill. So we are looking at first fill sherry in ex-bourbon casks for this one. It does not say anything on here about chill filtration or color. Let me just look down here in the fine print. No, does not say whether it is or not, so we can go ahead and assume that it is. I have read online that they do not chill filter, but if they don't tell us here on the bottle, how are we supposed to know? It is triple distilled, like all kind of classic Irish whiskeys are. Single pot still, of course, just means single, meaning one distillery, and the pot still meaning it is pot still as opposed to column stills. And there we go. Okay, so this is the bottle. 15 years old, Redbreast, 46% first fill sherry and ex-bourbon casks. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's taste this bad boy. All right. Nice little roll in the glass. That is the color. We do not know if it is a natural color or not. But you can definitely tell based on what it looks like that there's some sherry going on in here. On the nose. Wow. Immediately fresh. That unmalted barley, which is part of the mash bill that characterizes Irish whiskeys along with malted barley. You can definitely tell it's giving it that kind of green, grassy, almost shortbread cookie note. Little bit of a perfumey alcohol bite on here. There's some deep, rich sherry notes, red fruit, a little bit of pepper, chocolate, like rich, fudgy chocolate. All in all, a very nice nose, a little bit more mellow than maybe you'd expect at 46%. But that 15 years is definitely done some number mellowing this whiskey out a bit. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. There is just nothing wrong with that. Soft, rich mouthfeel, oily. You get this nice, again, spice from the unmalted barley, sweetness, like honey, toffee. Get a big hit of chocolate, and it is, again, like chocolate fudge, along with a hint of oak spice, chocolate-covered cherry, or even like strawberry, which leads into a nice medium-long finish here. Wow. Tasty stuff. Do one more sip neat. Wow, that chocolate note is huge on here. There's also a bit of a toasty note, toasted element to it, maybe because of the unmalted barley. Again, fresh, sweet, a little bit of spice. All right, At 46%, as I mentioned, I'm going to put about 3 drops of water on here just to see what else comes out of this lively 15-year-old whiskey. Let's see what we got. Ooh. So immediately what I would say, water seems to be kicking up almost a citric fruitiness. It's gotten a little lighter, a little sweeter. I'm almost getting hints of orange, lemon. Slight bitterness. Wow. But still that nice and fresh green unmalted barley spice note that you're getting still there. Very characteristic of Irish whiskey. I mean, you know, if you've had Irish whiskey before, you know this is an Irish. All right. And arrives sweet and light, and it just gets bolder and more assertive as it goes through the development. That big hit of chocolate on the back, getting a slight little bit of an alcohol bite on the finish and a bitterness, which is not great. But I feel like the water might have brought that out a bit more. Still, the chocolate, the dark red fruits, kind of syrupy nature, despite it being rather light on the palate initially. It's all here. Nice and viscous. Okay. Redbreast, 15 years old. This is not an exclusive whiskey by any stretch. You will be able to find this in any good quality spirit store. And when you do here in the US, you're going to find this anywhere around that $90 to $100. So you are paying about a good $30 more on average than you would be for the, maybe even 40 for the Redbreast 12, classic Redbreast 12. This is about $25 more than the Redbreast 12 cask strength. But in comparison to the original 12, you're getting 6% more ABV and 3 more years. So value-wise, in this market, I think this is a solid value from what you're getting. I would put this at a medium to medium high value. Okay, final thoughts. Redbreast, 15 years old. I mean, it is another really great whiskey out of Redbreast. I have not had anything from them that I would balk at. I mean, they really are just consistently putting out quality single pot still Irish whiskey. This one in particular, a bit more mellow and relaxed than the 12. One that I think this is actually probably worth the money over the original 12, just because you're getting that higher ABV and a little bit more age. It's rich. It's got that unmalted barley note. It's definitely drinkable, neat, a little bit of water, still good. Compared to the 12 cask strength, though, I think, which you can get at about $25 cheaper, I still think the 12 cask strength is the real gem of their core line. Once you get past 15, you're talking about the 21, which is upwards of $250, and then the 27, which is, you know, you're getting into the $500 mark. So I still think of the 3 in the core range, well, the 4, there's a little stout as well. I still think that 12 cask strength is by far the best value and honestly quality, but this is a good one. It's right there. And, you know, this would not be something I'd be upset with having another bottle of. And in fact, I would probably find my way to another one someday down the line. My final score here on the Redbreast 15 is going to be a 3.75 out of 5. I definitely recommend you give this a try. And if you find this for under at 90 or less, I think this is totally worth it if you are into good quality Irish whiskey. Hard to beat Redbreast. 3.75 out of 5. That is the final score on the Redbreast, 15 years old. With that, I'm going to send you over to your Malt Musing. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this tram. We'll see you next Friday here on Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews.